Serve in Los Angeles. Welcome to a brand new edition of the Association Postgame. Mike Am, Rudy Gay, Isaiah Thomas. If you are new to do what we do here in the playoffs, we'll get you to those live press conferences coming up in just a bit here from the head coaches. We'll also hear from a couple of the stars of the game. I don't want to say I didn't see it coming, but there's a part of me that was like 2-0, no Reeves, no Luka. They're handling business right now, Rudy. What are we learning about this Lakers team?
Well, we know LeBron James still has it.
Yes,
He's leading this team, and you could tell by, when you watch this team, you know they're disciplined. They're offensively they're spaced, and LeBron's making plays, man. It's just this is what he does, even at 41.
Yeah, high level, high IQ. You can't ever count a LeBron James-led team out, and it's showing it. Like after the last 2 games. He's showing that he's still capable of being the best player on the floor, and his just man, it's something to see.
28, 8 rebounds, 7 assists, had a steal in this game. Was there a moment for you? I mean, as we're watching this thing unfold, I don't know how many times I looked at you guys and just like, hey, LeBron again? Like it was just. It looked like a vintage LeBron performance. Is there a movement, a moment of play, just something that you took away and go, hey, like this guy is still doing it at a high level. Not many guys can do it at.
I mean, just everything that he's doing. He's taking care of every possession. He's just so dialed in, and I think the playoffs is where he's going to excel more so than the season because the game is slowed down. He's able to be dialed in on every possession and somewhat control every possession, especially with the roster makeup he has now without Reeves and Luka Doncic out there. He's controlling each possession. He's putting guys in position to be successful. And then at the end of the day, it's still LeBron James. He still causes you to double team him, causes you to have a lot of focus in on him, and then his supporting cast is playing well. First, it was Luke Kennard last game. Now it's Marcus Smart this game.
Yeah. And Kennard, by the way, played well. He had 23 in this
and still played well, exactly.
Yeah, I think it was just a sense of urgency. You saw that from the tip. He knew what he had to do. He knew what his job was and how it changed, being that the other guys are out, and it was masterful. He really willed them into a win.
I thought one of you guys was going to talk about the reverse dunk. Coming down the lane.
That too.
It's like, what? Like, this dude is still getting it done. Let's show you how it all unfolded. Something tells me if you missed the dunk that I'm talking about, I will put my... All right, so the thoughts of Şengün watching this Rockets team now fall 2 games down in this series. Lakers victorious. He goes for 20 points and 11 rebounds. At the end there, Rudy made reference to the team playing some pretty good defense. There's moments out on the floor. I mean, even as we're watching some of these plays in the highlights, Thompson's up in LeBron's grill. It doesn't matter. It's turnaround. I think that might have been even a 3. I know he was deep out on the wing. What are those adjustments? What do you expect to see from the Rockets? Maybe it's on the offensive side or the defensive side that puts them in a position to go and get a game in the series.
Yeah, I think limited turnovers because that leads to easy points every time. Turnovers lead to easy points, layups, threes, all that. But yeah, I think what makes the Lakers so good is the fact that they're consistent, and LeBron's going to continue to work things until he makes the right play. Yeah. And you can't have those defensive lapses at the end of possessions. And at the end of the game, that's what we saw. When you thought you played good defense, then something happened. You get an alley-oop or you get a back door or something like that. And when you're playing against a player like LeBron James that's going to pick that out, you have to be more consistent with your defense.
IT, what about for you? The checks and balances here for Houston.
Man, it's tough. The one thing I would say is Kevin Durant plays 41 minutes and only takes 12 shots. That's just not good enough. As LeBron plays 40 minutes and takes 20 shots. So what Rudy said is Houston has to limit their turnovers, especially Kevin Durant, because the Lakers are going to go into Game 3 playing the same defense because it's worked the last few times. So KD has to find ways to be able to be aggressive, not only for himself but for his teammates, but still being able to take control of the ball when they're doubling and being physical. I think if they limit their turnovers, obviously they're back home, so they're going to feel a little better. They'll play a little better individually, but you can't continue to give up the numbers you give up to Reeves, Austin Reeves, and Luka Doncic. You're giving that up to Marcus Smart and Luke Kennard, and that's no disrespect. But, you have to limit those guys. You can't allow LeBron James to get 28, 8 and 7, and then Marcus Smart and Luke Kennard
are getting off too. Yeah.
Are still getting off too. Getting 25 and 23 respectively.
Yeah.
So like something has to give. Yes, they're a good defensive team, but they're not showing it at all right now.
It's got to be maddening when they go back and watch the tape, because I think to your point, you had to feel ultra confident. I've made reference to this a couple times. Danny Green, who's sitting in your seat, Rudy, a couple weeks ago, we find out that there's injuries to Reeves and Luka. He's part of that broadcast team, and I said to him even off air, I'm like, hey, how are you feeling about this squad? Because they were surging. He's like, it's going to be rough. He didn't say they couldn't win, but right now they're up 2-0 here. Is there something defensively that you are seeing? Because IT made reference to some of these turnovers, 20 turnovers in the last 3 games for KD against this Lakers team. What are they doing to be disruptive here?
Well, they're sending 2 people at KD and forcing the ball to the non-3-point shooters, and they're forcing them to try to save the possession. Yeah. And this is something they pretty much had a problem with all year, and also setting up. Like you have KD doing a lot. He's you're looking for him to be your setup guy. You're looking for him to be your finisher. Your playmaker, all these things, and we've talked about it all year. We think that I still think they needed a point guard. Yeah. They didn't address that, so therefore, this is what happens. But I think they have good enough players to get a win. And I think if there was to get one, this next one will be it.
Yeah, by the way, as we were listening to some of those press conferences, and by the way, some of these players are going to be hitting that podium. We'll get you their thoughts in just a little bit here. I read one recap, and it talked about this being a stunning start to the series for the Lakers. I know that they were banged up, but are we surprised at a 2-0 lead at home? Or is that overstating it?
I was surprised, but obviously game 1, KD wasn't there. So they handled business like they should have. And then today, like LeBron had a LeBron James type game, and KD and those guys struggled. So all the Lakers did was take care of business on home court and do what they're supposed to do. As we said before, the series doesn't start until the road team wins a game, and we'll see if that happens in Houston.
Yeah, just getting word, by the way, Kevin Durant hitting the podium, 23 points for him, 6 rebounds, 4 assists. And 9 turnovers. Let's take a listen. We got more reaction from a San Antonio perspective as the night will continue to unfold here on NBA TV. Keep in mind, just about to hit the second quarter at the conclusion of the first quarter. Lakers and Rockets still playing a tight ball game. We got some updates coming up on that one in just a moment. That said, the NBA making a little bit of news here. SGA, Clutch Player of the Year. Not a huge surprise, but when you take a 50,000-foot view and you think about what he was able to accomplish, guys, dude sat out 26 fourth quarters in the regular season, and he still led the league in total clutch points at 175 in just 125 minutes played.
This is crazy.
Explain to me, given the lack of fourth quarters and yet a ridiculous amount of production, what is it in his DNA that has him just ice cold in these critical situations?
Well, he's a closer. I mean, he comes in, and no matter what, he just wants the team to keep it close. Yeah, and he just closes the game. He's obviously the best in this year, but we've seen so many times. How many times have we seen that right-handed step back? And how many times have we seen it, and how many times has he made it? So like he knows how to get to his spots, and he finishes for the team.
Yeah, he does his thing. Not to play in 26 fourth quarters is crazy. So when they do have close games, he's knocking down the shot at a high level each and every time.
What is it, though? I mean, late game situation. You got the ball, game tied. Maybe you're down 1 or 2 and you need a bucket. What's the mental side of it? You've been in these situations before, IT. Like, is it just not thinking, just completely reacting? I got to imagine all the practice time. Rudy made reference to his spot and knowing what he's going to do. Like, are you just trying to look and finish the way that you've practiced?
I mean, you read and react. You prepare for those moments, but you also go there with what you know, and you go to your spots that you're comfortable in. He's always usually on the right side of the court. You want to step back to his right. He's had a lot of success on that end. But like me individually, I'm just taking what the defense gives me, knowing that I can get into certain spots and be comfortable there, but knowing that I've worked so hard to be able to be in these situations where any shot feels comfortable for a score like that. And then when your teammates look to you to be this guy, it only gives you confidence to pull through in these moments. And obviously, he's done the best job in the NBA for the last couple years. And you got to give a big shout out to SGA.
You know, Rudy, earlier we did the highlight with San Antonio. We saw Wemby with the Defensive Player of the Year hardware, and you had said, well, maybe that's not the only one he's going to get. And I know you were alluding to MVP, but SGA,
hey.
I want to put you on the spot, but like, is it, now that the regular season is done, we're in the postseason, you still like him?
I mean, I was saying this could be foreshadowing. Who knows? I mean, look, Clutch Player of the Year, you know, he's been the most consistent, I would say. Team's the best. I mean, I don't think anybody here would be surprised if he won it again. But, you know, we liked a little bit of cinema. And Wemby's still out there. Jokic is still out there. Let's see what happens.
Yeah, something tells me no matter how this plays out, to see what this run's going to be in the playoffs, going to be spectacular from an OKC perspective. Maybe it's San Antonio. Maybe it's Denver that stands in their way, although T-Wolves fans